Hi YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm really excited for us to listen to a 2-minute clip from a Beachbody team call where a top Beachbody coach named Kim Fitzpatrick is answering a question from a member of her downline. Now, Kim and Jamie Fitzpatrick are the ultimate famous Beachbody power couple, and they both work their business together and they've both been in the top 10. And we know from a few videos ago that they make in combined more than $1 million a year. So keep that in mind when we're listening to the question that this Beachbody upline is going to read off to Kim Fitzpatrick. So let's get started.
It's black and white, but we'll see what you say. My husband is supportive as he sees my passion for this business, but can be quite questionable when it comes to the financial output for both of us being signed up as coaches, buying products, etc. Any tips on how I can keep him more on board with me or his mind at ease? As well, I know it's a long-term game, but keeping the self-doubt, I'd love to hear any advice. Okay, we're going to put that aside. Just the hubby support financial thing.
So when we listen to that question, we hear that the woman's quite passionate about the business, wants to get her husband on board. So most likely she's trying and doing everything that her uplines are telling her to do. So keep that in mind.
Okay, so a couple things. I think that if you are spending more money than you're earning, there's a problem. Shouldn't be happening, first and foremost.
I agree, Kim, it shouldn't be happening, but the structure of your company is such that those at the bottom of the pyramid are most likely not going to make any money. I hate the idea that just because a lot of these Beachbody coaches say, I did this, so that means you can do it too. But people like Kim and Jamie Fitzpatrick achieve so much success because they have thousands and thousands of people underneath them. And the people at the very bottom of their downline cannot have thousands and thousands of people underneath them too. There's literally not enough people in the world. And we know from previous videos that it's a mathematical improbability for someone at the bottom of her downline to be just as successful as her, because I think it's like 13 levels down, you would run out of the population of the entire world. So Kim, we know it's a problem, but your business, your company is set up so those at the bottom of your downline will fail.
It should drive you more. If it were me, it would drive me more to show the financial reward by serving and supporting more women, personally. So that.
How do you know it's not driving her more? She's probably trying her best, and that's why she's asking you for help, because she doesn't know what to do. How do you know she's not trying to serve more women? Also, while we're listening to her response, just think of this in the context of if you went to your boss in your office job or say like your retail job, and think of it in that context and your boss responding to you like this.
That's my answer for you. Well, I would actually be like, okay, so how many challenge packs did you sell last month? How many volume do you have? How many coaches do you?
Imagine you going to your boss saying, hey boss, I'm really struggling with this. I don't know what to do. Can you help me figure this out? And instead of your boss saying, oh, great, thank you for coming to me, let's figure this out together, they're clapping in your face and yelling at you, telling you that you're not doing your job properly, even though they have no idea if you are, and you very well could be doing your best and doing everything they tell you to do. I hate this, but I think it's important to talk about because this is how uplines treat their downlines.
You have, so, do you need to, are you hitting SC10? If you're not hitting SC10, you're not cycle bonus. You're not so why are, I know that maybe isn't the right answer, but I would question that. I would question why you have them active. So if you have them active because you're building a business and you're building a team, you shouldn't have that problem that you're outputting more than you're getting back.
She has him active because you tell everyone on your team to make your husband be a coach so you can go to Emerald so you can make matching bonus off of them. Something I was thinking about while I was listening to this today too is that they tell you this is a long game. You're not going to make lots of money right away. You have to be patient and consistent, and you have to know, I hate when they say this, but you have to know that your impact is more than just financial gain, and that you're helping women and men change their lives, live happy, fulfilling lives. right? That's what they say all the time. And so this woman literally said in her question, I know it's a long game, but can you tell me what to do right now? She has a realistic, reasonable expectation of this business, knowing she's not going to make tons of money right away. And then this woman is just yelling at her, telling her she's not doing her job, telling her she's not hitting Success Club, when she's just has the attitude that you're telling her as her upline. She's being patient, even though she's losing money. She doesn't need to be this patient. She's being patient and trying to be consistent, but you're just talking down to her instead of giving her actual tips.
Personally, I don't know if that's the right answer, but I would hazard a guess.
100%. Josh was more on board once I started making money.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't on board, but he didn't really care. He didn't see it as a legitimate business. He wasn't as bought in. And every single week, he is more and more bought in because my income is growing and growing and growing. I know the same is for Aaron's hubby, Matt. You want your husband to buy in? Start making more money. You want to make more money? Start having more conversations.
Yeah.
Wow, if only life was that easy. If only in an MLM, all you had to do was just talk to a bunch of people and then you would magically get a paycheck at the end of the week. Wouldn't that be great? I hate that. I hate that kind of attitude. And I think Jessica Hickson said this very well in a relatively recent video. The idea that, oh, your husband, your spouse will get on board if you make more money. And I would hope that spouses and significant others would value their spouse's happiness over financial gain for the family, because they might be saying, oh, I don't want you to do this because you're not making any money. But maybe they also see you feeling frustrated because you're not making any money. Maybe you have less time to hang out with your friends, which was previously really important to you. Maybe you aren't hanging out with your kids as often as you used to, and it's upsetting you. Maybe you're stressed and you're not sleeping as much, and that's like impacting your day-to-day life at your office job, right? It's not all about money. And so the fact that there's such an attitude in Beachbody about just make money and then your husbands will love it, I think that's a really toxic thought, because your husbands, your spouses should value your happiness, your health, and overall well-being more than just a paycheck. Does that make sense? I know I'm rambling, but I hate this kind of attitude. I hate the way that these uplines talk down to their downlines and minimize their struggles, and they don't know what this person is doing. Thank goodness this poor woman didn't ask us in person, and this upline did not say her name, because how embarrassed would you be, right? If I was sitting here listening to this, I would be so upset that people were telling me I wasn't doing my job, even though for all we know, she could be trying her best.
And suspend his account if you're not doing that, because you're wasting your money.
Yep.
You told her to make her husband a coach so she could go Emerald. And she's probably doing exactly what you told her to do.
Said, I don't know, I think it was on one of your team calls, hobbies cost money. If you treat this like a hobby, it will cost you money. Yeah. Okay.
That's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to rant about that for a few minutes. She said, if you treat this like a hobby, it's going to cost you money. Well, we just heard this woman say the one who asked the question, that she's in it for the long game. She's so passionate about the business. So I doubt that she's using it just as a hobby. I bet you she's trying really hard to make money, but she's struggling, and she's keeping their mindset in place that, oh, it's going to take me time. But I have Kim Fitzpatrick here. She is half of the most famous Beachbody couple. They work their business together. She would probably be able to give me good advice. I'm going to take advantage of this amazing opportunity. And then they just talk down on her and probably make her feel like crap. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Just a great example of how high up Beachbody coaches treat their downlines, who are responsible for their paychecks and who make these people millions of dollars a year. So that's all I have for today. I would love it if you could let me know what you think below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.